I'm Julie Fredrickson, a 6th grade teacher in the Shoreline School District. I've been teaching in Shoreline in a suburb of Seattle, Washington for 18 years, and currently I job share and have been doing that for 10 years. We are taking 3 activities and running through all of the 5 steps 3 times a week. 2 times a week we go through the modeling with the vocabulary and building the background before the article, responding to the children as they submit email responses, working through the activities, and then replying to them with the thought questions. And then 1 day a week, as a little bonus for them, we allow free choice, where they can go on the search feature and choose an article that interests them, and then they do the process on their own. We are seeing incredible results. Students are eager and excited to improve and to pass levels and get great scores, so they help our class average. We pull before every Achieve test and try to say what's our goal for today as a class, and then we cheer on as we beat that average. And sometimes we don't, but that's okay. That's life. I'm also seeing a lot of carryover in their writing from the thought questions. I'm seeing better written answers, more detail, punctuation and grammar is improved, and that really has made a difference when I'm watching their thought questions frequently, and when I am grading them and giving them the feedback. In terms of Lexile jumps last year, I think we averaged over 200 Lexile points that my students gained, and I even had students that gained 400 Lexile points. I'm monitoring their progress very closely on a weekly basis, so I am moving them up more often than, say, the program is, just based on the weekly conferences that I have with them and the progress monitoring. There's no papers to grade. That is fabulous. I love that all the data is right there for me in real time. All I have to do is hit refresh on my laptop, and I can instantly cheer with the students as they're fist pumping and celebrating their reading scores, or I can pull a child aside who didn't do so well and ask what happened, what questions did you miss, what's going on. It's just incredible to be able to meet the kids right where they are, unlike a static textbook that was printed 10, 15 years ago or even longer ago that is just one size fits all reading level. I have a student who is technically in the highly capable program but has chosen to stay at our school, and he's reading at the advanced reading level. And then I have students who are currently seen in the resource room for special education reading services, and nobody has to feel different because of what they're reading. We're all reading the same things. It just comes to us at the right level, and it has just enough challenge but just enough comfort to meet everybody's needs and to help me move them to where they need to be along the Lexile scale. Probably all of the reports are really what I lean on. I do the one-on-one conferences with the children as well, but looking at their numbers, looking at how long they've spent on Achieve for the day or the week, looking at their trends with their scores, monitoring their reading levels and seeing what's happening based on different articles, based on different times of day when I do Achieve, the end of the day versus the beginning of the day, free choice articles versus ones that I've assigned. It's just overwhelming with excitement to be able to look at all the data and then tweak each child's level or needs and then assign them articles. If they're not meeting a standard in a certain area, I can choose to assign that child a specific article that really targets it. And those are things that you can spend hours as a teacher trying to design lessons about, and all I have to do is check the box and off it goes to their inbox. It's a slam dunk in terms of differentiated instruction. It's just all there for you. I don't have to pull resources from a million different sources. I don't have to spend hours writing lessons plans. I can just look at the data and then pick what article best matches the needs of my students or individual students. I can meet with them one-on-one, and I can hit children who are struggling at a beginning reading level, which I have in my classroom, all the way up to a student who is at the advanced reading level. Right now, we started the beginning of the year averaging a Lexile below the 6th grade. We were at level 5, and as of yesterday, checking the results, we are now averaging over 7th grade in our classroom. And the year's not even over yet, and we've already moved, on average, 2 grade levels in my classroom. That's pretty hard to come by using standardized textbooks and static materials that don't fluctuate with the children or the times. Parents really like having access to the program. Very often I will take a snapshot on my laptop of a student's progress and email it to them and let them know, hey, this week your child took this many tests, and wow, look at their scores, that's great. A training class has been offered by Achieve for parents to be able to attend, and it's just easy. The kids at home ask, hey, can I use the computer? Can I use the computer? And we tell the parents at curriculum night, say yes, absolutely, use the laptop, but you need to go on to Achieve, and that's what you need to do. So it's an easy way for the kids to get to be having computer time, as well as the parents knowing what they're doing and they're being productive. My students are so motivated by setting a daily class goal for what our average would be. I know that Achieve says that 75% is the goal. That just really doesn't work with my students. They want to go above that. And so they shoot for goals usually around 82, 83, 84%. Very often and very consistently we hit that. But then, you know, we'll have a day where we don't. And that's okay. We just say that just wasn't our day, or that wasn't our article. Right now we're in a pretty contested battle with a 5th grade classroom to win the contest of getting the most points and doing the most tests. And our students are headed off to camp, and they did extra tests at home and at school so that they could not fall behind while they were at camp. Also, we have for class money in our classroom, and so students who score 75, 88, and 100 can earn money from our classroom, and then we'll have an auction where they'll buy coupons. Maybe it's a few minutes extra recess, maybe it's sit at a special chair, maybe it's sit at a special table. And in fact, we just had an auction the other day, and the first thing they asked when we were done was, when do we take the next Achieve test so I can earn more money? That's pretty good motivation and incentive to do their best and to perform well. I think for struggling students, this program is really nice because even though as a teacher you try to minimize different levels in your classroom, it's pretty obvious when you've got a student who reads a book that's this big versus a student who reads a book this big. And it doesn't matter. If today's article is on owls, everybody's reading about owls, and everybody can participate. Even the struggling readers, if they get 75%, 88, or 100, they earn class money. They help us towards contests. They help for our class average. So they don't feel like they can't participate just because of their reading level. Their scores and their participation is just as valuable as my students who are reading multiple grade levels above where they should be. There are a lot of ways that KidBiz has impacted my students. I see it in their enthusiasm for learning. They want to try hard. They want to do their best. They want to be able to do that fist pump and have me make eye contact because I've just hit refresh on my laptop and I know what their score is and they know what their score is. It's really been a bonding thing for our classroom because we try to win. Apparently I'm a little competitive, but we try to win every contest. We try to beat every class average that we set for ourselves. And so there's been some really intrinsic rewards that have come through this program that I don't think that anybody would have really planned for. Additionally, I see a lot of improvement in their writing because I'm expecting them to have a topic sentence, have some supporting details, and then have a wrapper-up or closing sentence in their thought questions. I'm now seeing those types of answers also on just a simple reading worksheet. Again, not quite something that I'd planned for. I think some other life lessons that my students have learned through Achieve 3000 is that sometimes they try their best and they read the article and they have the activity next to the article and they refer to the article, and some days they just don't get their best score, and that's okay. That happens to all of us. There's nothing like seeing a student when the classroom is dead silent give me one of these fist pumps, and then I hit refresh and their score comes to me, and I can give them that thumbs up, that high five, that wink, and they know that I know their score and that they know that they helped our class average. So of course Achieve 3000 helps their reading skills. Honestly, I don't know how it couldn't, but I really see a lot of internal motivation for my students that I hadn't counted on, and I don't know that other teachers would have expected as well. Achieve 3000 has been an amazing program for me. In my 18 years in the Shoreline School District, I just haven't had something like this. We have one-to-one laptops in our school district, and we have for years, and the district tech support has always been phenomenal, but I can call Achieve at any time, any day in the middle of a lesson, and I'm afraid that some of them may know me my first name by now, but I really appreciate the instant reply that they give me, the follow-up email to check and make sure that the way we left things after the phone conversation are still working. The training from the Achieve staff members has been phenomenal. I could name so many trainers that I've come across in our several years using this program, and every time I meet one, they're better than the last one that we had. Again, they do lots of follow-up. I can email them right afterwards. Watching them teach Achieve in a classroom was probably one of the most powerful professional development experiences that I've had. Just see an official trainer work one-on-one with the students, model the building of the background, model teaching the vocabulary, model the feedback that you give to the students, all the while they're still reading and learning. I just feel like Achieve 3000 has been with me every step of the way, and I know that they're a phone call or an email away from any problem or any question I might have.